we just got to wait and see. He a good fighter, but I'm coming with. In 2011, he won. We was 1-2 in the nation. Now we fighting to see who's the best in the world, and we doing it for a large amount of money.
Gervonta, Davis, and Lamont Roach have clashed on many fronts, with the most significant being their social media clashes. However, more recently, we've seen them clash on several other fronts, including their workouts as they entered into fight week. Lamont Roach quickly dropped workout footage to counter Tank's footage that was released a few days before. Then the boxing world can't wait for Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. Not even after Lamont Roach's comeback against Gervonta Tank Davis.
Just gotta make him make mistakes and things like that and see if we can open him up and attack his opening.
Now he is going up and...
Davis started it first this time, and when Lamont Roach was to fire back, he did it in a devastating fashion just in time for their fight week. And now we're left to wonder if Lamont Roach's actions would lead him to more danger against Tank, or give him the most unexpected result that'll see Gervonta Davis lose his first fight in his 31-fight career. Lamont Roach Jr. held a media workout at No Excuse Boxing Club in his hometown of Marlow Heights, Maryland, Thursday, ahead of his fight with Gervonta Tank Davis on March 1st. A reigning 130 lb world champion, Roach will move up to lightweight to challenge the undefeated Davis for his World Boxing Association title and reignite a regional DC versus Baltimore rivalry that dates back to the pair's multiple amateur clashes.
Obviously he can punch, we know that, so that's a thing, but you know what I'm saying, like that's not deterring our game plan.
A 6-fight winning streak Roach has prepared alongside his father and trainer Lamont Roach Jr. heading into his biggest fight to date. Though this fight has its critics, and primarily because of Roach's inexperience at 135 lbs, the underdog projected, "Confidence, I feel great and I can't wait moving up to 135 lbs. Makes everything super comfortable. There's no stress on the weight cut, and I won't feel drained at all on the amateur rivalry." Gervonta's definitely become a world-class fighter. Since our amateur days, we were both good as kids, but we've both evolved a lot. I'm going to prove that I've evolved more interview on for.
Always been a boxing habit, DC, Maryland, and DC and Maryland got. What phone is that? It's me. It's for PPC. We got a transcribe over here.
Oh, all right.
Several of Davis's opponents retreat almost from the opening bell in weariness of his power, which Roach wants to avoid. I'm not coming in there with an abysmal mentality. That's a lot of people's first mistake against Tank, especially if they've already fallen short before the fight ever started. There's a lot of stuff that I know based on our familiarity with Tank that we can use, and that I will use to my advantage. The IQ and the skills that I have compared to everyone else that he's fought are just levels above the tenacity that I'm going to combine with it. It's definitely something he's not used to. I'm bringing the total package. The hard work I've put in shows that I deserve a fight like this. I've worked to become one of the best fighters in the world, if not the best fighter in my weight class. And now I have the chance to prove myself against a pound-for-pound talent.
DC and Maryland got a rich history in the professional boxing world with champions. So
we're a week out, man. I feel great. Roach said, "Just to see this many people out here is only adding to my excitement, and I'm ready to go in there and put on a show." The rivalry DC versus Maryland rivalry is already heating up between Roach and Davis. Roach has lost to Davis twice early in his career, but Roach said it hasn't affected him, and he's excited to represent DC. "It's an honor," Roach said. "The opportunity I have right now is huge."
Yeah, we're prepared. We're prepared. We spar some bigger guys, some guys that can punch. So, and previously I've been in there with like middleweights, like junior middleweights, welterweights.
Roach's father has been with his son since the beginning as his boxing coach, and he expressed how proud he is of his son. He takes on that pressure like it's nothing. It fuels him. Lowe's father said it's awesome. Words can't really describe it, but it's an awesome feeling. Lamont Roach dropped this footage after Gervonta Davis had dropped his footage a week before, as fans kept prophesying a knockout victory for Tank.
Catch the rim, babe. Catch the rim, babe. Dance with this shit.
The incredible rise of Tank Davis is described in the first episode of Gloves Off, Tank vs. Roach by the narrator. The first episode featured Davis naturally as the main attraction for the fight. Ever since I've known him, since he was a kid, his biggest fear was losing, said Barry Hunter, listed in the episode as Davis's trainer, is best known for his work. With two DC fighters, Lamont and Anthony.
House, where goes up, come down, my nigga.
Just covering the event.
Hunter recalled Davis crying at an Adrian Broner fight because he wanted Honor's big fight environment so badly. Clearly, quite a few years have passed since this event, but that moment told Hunter that Davis would work tirelessly in pursuit of that desire, and for all the knocks on Tank. Matchmaking critics will say he is ruled by his fear of losing, given how loath he is to take fights with close odds. His preparation has always shown in the ring, hence his record of 30 z Gervonta. Davis is 30 though, and he says he's had his fill of the savage science and will soon hang up the MS first, though, with business to attend to in the form of Lamont. Roach Jr. on March 1st at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Premier Boxing Champions is the producer of the event. The arc of the Baltimore product Davis has shifted of late, and watchers are not fully clued in as to why.
Sir, come on, quick. Drop those hips. Nice. Come on, give me that explosion. Rip.
The back and forth only added fuel to the fire for a fight that's been brewing for more than a decade. Both men know what's at stake. Pride legacy and the championship belt. Even with the social media drama, not everyone is convinced that Roach is the man to topple Davis, boxing legend. Terrence Crawford weighed in during a recent interview with Fight Hype, casting doubts on Roach's chances. Crawford hinted that Roach might not have the mental toughness to last all 12 rounds with a fighter like Davis. They might have a little skill here and there, Crawford said, but mentally they're not going to be able to keep it up that whole fight.
And what y'all? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at. All right, I'll welcome him.
Let's be real. Davis's record speaks for itself. 30 wins, 28 knockouts. He's left a trail of bodies behind him, with names like Ryan Garcia and Frank Martin on his hit list. But Roach isn't interested in statistics. He's preparing to take away Davis's advantages, one punch and one mental edge at a time. He knows Davis loves to break his opponents down mentally before landing the physical blow that finishes them. Roach plans to flip that script, staying calm under fire and using his own game plan rather than reacting to Davis's every move. His motivation for this fight is crystal clear legacy and life change. The biggest motivations for the fight are being able to show I'm really one of the best fighters in the world, Roach said.
It'd be like, I don't know, it'd be little clips like you see how like man him was talking and then somebody else talked like in his crew. Mm-hmm. That's what get me up. Like that's what make me like I always want to prove to somebody that I'm like they not
12. And the fact that after I win, my life and my family's lives will change drastically for the good. It's a simple but powerful statement. Roach isn't just fighting for himself. He's fighting for his family, for his city, and for the respect he feels has been denied to him. He knows beating Davis would be career-defining. It would take him from being a solid champion to a household. Name in camp, Roach has been pushing himself harder than ever. His sparring partners have been carefully chosen to mimic Davis's style as much as possible. They've been throwing everything at him: speed, power, and aggression. Roach has been holding his own. The focus has been on movement, defense, and keeping. The fight in the middle of the ring. He knows standing still against Davis is a death sentence, so he's training to stay elusive while still landing sharp counters his father. Lamont Roach Sr. has been a huge influence in keeping Roach mentally locked in. The elder Roach is a no-nonsense trainer who doesn't let the outside noise seep into their gym. Every session is about preparation and improvement. Not worrying about what the media or fans are saying. It's all about staying grounded and sticking to the plan psychologically. Roach knows he has to stay in Davis's face from the opening bell. Davis thrives when opponents show fear or hesitation, and Roach refuses to give him that satisfaction.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
The plan is to stay calm, stay sharp, and show Davis that he's not intimidated. If Roach can do that, he's got a real shot at breaking down the walls. Davis usually builds around his opponents. Devon Davis has been stirring up confusion lately with his unpredictable moves. For the past few months, the Baltimore native has made some eyebrow-raising comments about his career, throwing his fans into a state of uncertainty. It all started when, on Christmas Eve, Davis dropped a bombshell that had everyone questioning what was going on. Out of nowhere, he claimed that the highly anticipated showdown with Roach, which fans had been eagerly waiting for, was cancelled. There was no explanation, no follow-up statement, just a social media post that left the boxing world scratching its head.
Talk to me about the mental preparation going to this fight with Lamont. Fans, they kind of sleeping on Lamont, but you know Lamont's fighting style. Y'all fought.
Yeah, people don't know him, but Lamont is a good fighter. Like he ain't no slouch. Like I fought him in the amateur.
Naturally, fans have jumped to conclusions, speculating that it might be another one of Tank's infamous meltdowns. The unpredictability of Davis's statements hasn't been new, but this felt different. The timing was odd, and with no backup from his team or anyone else, it felt like another episode of Davis throwing a wrench into his own plans. But just when it seemed like the fight might slip through everyone's fingers, Lamont Roach and his father, Lamont Sr., stepped in to clear the air. They issued statements reassuring the fans that the fight was still on track for its scheduled date. The whole situation could have easily escalated into chaos, but both fighters managed to keep the focus on their upcoming showdown, despite the brief confusion. The momentum didn't falter, and now both Roach and Davis are fully locked in for their March 1st, 2025 bout at Barclays Center in Brooklyn.